Testing, testing. All right. It is Tuesday, and we're back on the Misty Mountain. We are reimagining what single-player Misty Mountain can be right now, and want to make sure we get some of the fundamental foundation done. And something that includes is fast travel locations throughout the map. So we'd like to have fast travel locations throughout the map, but perhaps it's because you have to open them up. So that's what I was working on last time. How do we get them to work? And we came across the idea of having an outside system that's not part of like using currency or masters or creating a new kind of currency or anything. I was going to introduce perhaps melee mechanics. I don't want to introduce any new sort of currency. But let's just keep working on this. So we're over here at Steel Braids. What's up, Wicked You to you? Good to see ya. Thanks for dropping into chat. Hope you're having a good week. It's good to see ya. So Steel Braids is right here. So Thessus is like, yo, I can't get this to work. Go see Steel Braids. And Steel Braids goes, yo. He gives you a quest. Well, he doesn't give you a quest, but he says, take these goggles. Should he spawn them so that you have to pick them up? Yeah. That's how it should be. Because I was thinking maybe you could use a death tag. Or a death component. Respawn to tag to the avatar so it'll kill it and then it'll spawn to the avatar and then they'll collect it automatically. But I just want to make sure that that doesn't accidentally happen. What I want to make sure that that like they aren't sprinting around or something and it gets teleported behind them or something and they don't get it collected for some reason. I can't expect the players. I don't want to be like, hey, please make sure you stand still during this time so that for sure you collect this thing. And I may be overthinking it, but let's see. So I think this table would be a really good place to spawn these things. So I'm going to take the book off for now. Just going to get rid of these. What are these? These look super cool. Pickable Rune version 2. We need to use those, dude. I need to do another currency. It's going to be those. They look so cool. So this is gonna have to be a preset. We're gonna make our first, well, not our first preset. Our first preset for the quests. So what do I want to have these goggles do? I want them to be collectible. This is collect steel braids dot zero. It's the first thing that steel braids asks you to collect. Broadcast to the rules. And there's a message on equip. So this is equip steel braids 0. The first thing steel braids ask you to get. And we're going to broadcast this to the rules just to try to keep things simple. And there's a lot of assets here. I don't want to send all the messages to all the time. There's too many assets on this map. So it's also going to have an indicator. Now, steel braids should probably give you a quest to pick this up. So let's see here. Throws them on the table over there. So Asker Steel Braids 1. I think these messages are getting sent to all. Asker Steel Braids 1. So it's going to turn this off. So on asker.steelbraids.1, we're going to finish this message. And we're also going to launch the next quest, I think. So perhaps we'll use the message unlock steel braids.0 to keep track of what number we're on with all this stuff. Unlock steel braids 0, so we're going to start a quest. If I just hit objectives, I think it'll close the game board. So we're going to find steel braids. And then we're going to collect the goggles. I keep putting Google, dude. Collect the goggles. Collect the goggles. Collect steel braids goggles to get them into your inventory. This is going to unlock with that unlock.steelbraids. And it auto launches, let's say, I guess. You can do it either way. I was thinking to put an exclamation point above the goggles to start its own quest there, but I want to leave a for sure like set of instructions for this where there's not a disconnect at some point where you have to notice the exclamation point. So we're going to keep the quest popping up each step of the process here. So we're going to wait for a message, and this is going to be message dot steelbraids dot 0. We're going to auto complete it. So we're going to collect the goggles, and then right after that we're going to equip the goggles. Collect the goggles. Can I type that? Nice. Collect the goggles. Equip the goggles. Press I to enter your inventory and equip the goggles. Drag and drop. Double click. Equip by finding them and then drag and drop or double click. Oops. So let's just have this auto launch and let's use this unlock. So we're gonna unlock dot steelbraids dot 1. Quest type. This is also waiting for a message. Would be like message dot steelbraids dot 1. We're gonna autocomplete and for now not send a message. Collect the goggles, equip the goggles. So we're gonna duplicate this, and we have this is collect steelbraids.0 that he asks you to do, and this is message.steelbraids.0. Then we should be able to duplicate this. And we'll say when we... Actually, I'll just delete this one. So when we collect Steelbraid 0, we're going to unlock the next one. Unlock Steelbraids 1. And then we'll duplicate this. And this is equip.steelbraid0. And this is the message for Steelbraids 1. Okay, so we need some more askers if somebody decides that they want to talk to Steelbraids again. Steelbraids needs to have an asker that makes sense with the situation that's happening. So the last asker says, hey, put them on. And then we need an asker in the meantime that says, why haven't you put them on yet? Or why haven't you collected them yet, I mean. So Steelbraids 1 is going to turn this one on. And this isn't going to have any messages here. So asker.steelbraids.1 is going to turn this one on. And it's going to get turned off with... this is a doozy because I might need to send some more messages out from the rules. So when we collect it, we need to change it again. Let's go up to gameplay. Still has the den0 tag on it. Let's see here. So when we collect, we're also going to send another message here. Let's go to specific tags. Let's pick the tag steelbraids.0. If I hit Control A, Control C, I can copy it quickly. So what message should we send here? We can just send the message off, I guess, since we're making sure we're sending it to the proper tag. We'll just have to make sure the tags are right. Okay, let's do this first. Since I copied that logic or that tag, I can just paste the tag back in there. And we can just turn it off with off. Perfect. Let's just stay consistent and continue to use ChatGPT for the script. I need a blurb from Steel Braids for after he gives the quest, but before the player picks up the goggles. I put Googles again. Man. It's like Googles. It broke. It broke because I put Googles. It's looking up Googleplexes. Great. I refreshed it and changed it to goggles. Okay. The goggles won't help if they're sitting on the table. How did it know it's on the table? Go, are you listening to me? Go on, pick them up. You'll need them if you want to see what's really haunting those poles. No, it knows because it keeps saying stones, so it's not listening. Now, if it stops saying stones, that'll be creepy. Oh, the goggles won't help if they're sitting on the table. Go on, pick them up. You'll need them if you want to see what's really haunting those teleports. Great. Steel braid 0, okay. Now, we need to... Let's say that this tag is... Whoops, let's just paste... Actually, yeah, let's just paste... Oh, no, shoot. Steelbraids.1. So that's the new tag. And let's just send an on message. On. Toggle on. On, off. Steelbraids 1. Okay. Now I need a blurb from Steelbraids after the player collects the goggles, but before they equip them. Good. Now strap them on. You won't see a thing till those lenses are over your eyes. And once you do, don't flinch. Okay. Askers can get super confusing when you're trying to keep all this stuff straight. 100%. So on off. So when is this message popping up? It pops on after they collect. But before they equip. So let's see if the rules can handle all this. So let's just send on to Steel Braids 1. On to Steel Braids 1. There's a period at the end. So that's what turns on that asker. Let's equip this. Now when it equips, we're going to turn off. Should have just used better messages so I don't need a... Whatever. We're fine. This is probably pretty good practice. We're doing good. We're doing good. So we're going to send off to steelbraids.1. And we need to send one more on message. So equip it now. Now we'll go steelbraids.2. Why not? Why not? Alright, I need another asker. So now I need another blurb for after the player equips the goggles but hasn't returned to Thesis to destroy the newly seen entities yet. Just in case. You see him now, don't you? Twisted things clinging to stone like leeches. He tightens his grip on his own axe. Well, don't just stand there staring. Cut him loose. How about clinging to the mountain? How about clinging to Misty? Mountain. Okay. So this is going to be Steel Braids 2. Oh, shit. And I'm not sure what the off message is yet. Okay. So now that we have quests and all that stuff done, we can go like this, and we can say that it's collected with collision. Probably eat, interact. I don't really know. E to collect. Linked quest ID. Wow, relax. I don't think you really have to do this. Collect the goggles, quest objective. Collect the goggles. Nazman, what's up? Good to see you in chat. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you being here. I really, really do. Vertical offset. Let's just put a 0 on this. So we need to spawn this when it's time. We're going to call it like collect steel braids 0. I'll copy that and we'll make a preset out of it. So if I create new and then confirm that we're going to create a new, I can paste that. Collect steel braid 0. Now I'm going to make this thing invisible with no collisions because I want the asset to spawn directly how this thing is. So we're going to take the logic off of it. And I'm going to say that this is an asset spawner. That's going to spawn right on top of itself. It's going to use a preset. Collect steel braid 0, boom. Only once. I can do that only once because we only need it once. So I'll just leave that checked. So a message does already go to all. It's right here, Asker Steel Braids 1. I'm sending that to all. So let's just use that one. We're going to use asker.steelbraids1. And that should spawn it for us at the right time. Alright, so there may be some bugs, but I think we're pretty close. Have Steel Braids visit done. So we go to Thesis. He says go to Steel Braids. I think I have that portion done. Now we need to go back to Thesis. So we've come here, we've talked to Steel Braids. He's told us to collect the goggles. Once we do that, a new quest pops up that says equip the goggles. We equip the goggles, and a new quest is going to pop up that says go back to Thesis. We are at the point where the player is going to return to Thesis to destroy the threat to the teleports. Give me some ideas for quest names and the quest blurb. The big thing here is we have enemies that are like skeletons. That's all I can really think of. I don't think we have any other enemies that are other than skeletons, which is fine. I think we can use skeletons. Unseen no longer. Eyes on the unseen. Fits. I like that. Not quite that, but Thesis has asked you Use the goggles. Use the goggles to destroy. Use the goggles to see where to attack. Okay. Now, this is going to unlock. There's already messages we can use for this, I think. It's tricky because we just send those messages to the objective, so they're not bouncing around in the rules or anything. So what rule could we use that comes over here? And it's the Steel Braids message 1, I think. Message.steelbraids.1. And that's when you equip the goggles. So when you equip the goggles, this one's going to auto launch. And it's going to be a counter, I guess. A counter for deaths. The tag. Tag.death.0, I guess. Try to keep it simple. Just a second. What's up?
When's your birthday?
Alright, I'm back. So we're gonna wait for 5 deaths of tag death. I don't know, let's do like 3. So how should we do this, huh? Not really sure. Just a second. Alright, I'm back. So let's look at what we can use. I think it's just skeletons. Characters? Characters. Ready? Drafts? Basics? Alright, let's hop down here. Let's see what, the Bitbone skeleton. This stuff is organized. Okay, so this is a pickaxe master, okay. So let's use these for now for sure. And these are going to be can only use SP melee. Which used to talk to the rules. What's the disconnect? What can I use here? What is MP? What is MP that I can use? A citizen? Okay, I can use a bird. That's it. A friendly NPC? What the heck is that? I didn't realize this was here. We don't need these things to fight back right now. Wow, I've never seen this before. This is pretty cool. Wait for a message to walk around? Yes, please. So there's also a tag where you can't hurt things. Wait, you can put MP health on things, right? Oh, no. No. What happened to MP health? Dang it. How am I gonna do this? The disconnect between MP and SB is troublesome sometimes. I'm sorry I have to keep on taking a break, but I'll be right back in a couple hot minutes. All right, so where am I? Can you not have health on friendly NPCs? Health. MP health. Right there. It's right there. Oh, wait. The heck? Did I add it? Was it already there? That's probably why. Weird, dude. Did I just not notice it? Okay, so I want these ones to be, like, super easy. Like a sand block, I guess. And I'm pretty sure, what's the tag? Friendly? What's the tag for it? I can't remember the tag to not hurt people. Anybody remember the tag not to hurt people? I can always just spawn them in when I need to, but that usually creates like a lag spike. So it would be better if I could just have everything on the map when the game starts. And use some actor property switchers to make invisible and take away the friendly tag. That's what I'm hoping I can do here. So let's test out. the quest so far and trying to punch these skeletons. These teleport poles, they're dead red. I've hammered, channeled, even prayed over them. Nothing works. He kicks a nearby stone in irritation. It's like Kuzu's curse wrapped around the whole system, tight as dwarven braids. So he didn't give me a quest or keep talking. I think there's a problem there. I hate to admit it, but I'm out of ideas. If anyone knows how to crack this at Steel Braids, go find him, ask what he knows about the teleport network and this curse interference. So I forgot to... There's no message starting the second asker. So now the quest starts. Find Steel Braids. I forgot to put a quest indicator on Steel Braids. Alright. You still here? Steel Braids isn't gonna find himself. He gestures towards Misty Mountain entrance with a grunt. Go on, he's the only one who might know how to get this working. Working on it, bro. Alright, so I can't hit him. And I also can't hit him. Did I just push him? Did I forget to take the friendly tag off him? I might have. Let's go around this way. So Thesis finally admitted he's stuck. He looks past you, eyes narrowed, like he's staring through the mountain. The teleports won't wake while Kuzu's filth lingers, but it's not what you can see that's stopping them. Great. I forgot to change the askers. He reaches into a pouch and pulls out a battered pair of goggles. There are things hidden, old echoes twisted by Kuzu's magic. Spirits, shadows, whatever they are, they guard the network. Wear these, you'll see what I mean, and when you do, end them. Collect the goggles. The goggles won't help if they're sitting on the table. Go pick them up. You'll need them if you want to see what's really haunting those teleports. You should say the same thing again. Unless the askers say only once, I guess. This map really needs to be equip the goggles. This map really needs to be optimized a little bit still. Good. Now strap them on. You won't see a thing till those lenses are over your eyes, and once you do, don't flinch. The next quest and start. I wasn't paying attention close enough. Did it? Alright, I pushed I. Double click. Can't see him through. Eyes on the unseen. My quest information is... Oh, I must have hit Q on accident. I'm sure Dave will make some new assets for this. 100%. Bruno's gonna want to ask him if he likes this. If he likes what I'm cooking up here, he's 100% gonna ask Dave to make some new stuff. Oh my gosh. One thing I am gonna do for sure is like make sure we get rid of most of the bats flying around. Birds. All of these plants have the plant component on them. I don't know if that adds any undue. stress or whatever to the game. I don't know. It's a heavy map. I don't have my phone. Should have kept some shit, I did. Thank you. I'm sorry, give me 1 minute. All right, lots of interruptions today. I did tag death 0. Tag death 0. So that should talk to the quests. And now we have friendly and an unfriendly one to test out. Let me try this one more time. So, but we can see where we're going here. And then there'll be maybe like 5 people over here. And once you destroy 3 of them, they'll all blow up. And then the teleport will start working. It'll turn green. Thesis will tell you to press 1 to teleport to it at any time. And then Thesis will move over to the next fast travel location and we'll figure out how to unlock that one. It'll probably be pretty much the same. But maybe you'll have to use like a new weapon or something to hurt them, or I'm not sure exactly. Maybe Bruno will have some ideas after he sees the first one. My sister's texting me. Can we damage you? Great. It is friendly. You were right, Wicked. You were absolutely 100% right. Okay, so I need to fix the askers. Let's see. I don't have a pen? What is up with me lately? Does this work? Askers not progressing. We have Thesis and Steel Braids. Asker's broken. Find Steel Braids. Great. Oh yeah, we need to put an indicator on Steel Braids. We need a quest indicator on Steel Braids. On Steel Bee. Steel Bee. It's his nickname. It's his new nickname from me. Little Steel Bee. Come on, Steel Bee, where you at? Slowly losing my mind. Aren't we all? Alright, so. Thesis humidity stuck. I read this last time, so I'm not going to read it again. It's all here for our framework. So yes, the quest is there. That's great. Okay, that's great. Those teleports won't work. Awesome. Okay. And we have one, yeah, because the tag's there. Perfect. So we need more Thesis askers. For in-between dialogue. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and, you know, finish this out here. It's kind of complicated process, but it's not too bad. I think it'll be a nice quest line, hopefully. And it unlocks fast travel, which is going to be very nice for people. Okay. So we know that friendly is the right one. They're not gonna attack you or try to kill you. And we're gonna say all of these are invisible and they have no collisions. And let's just go ahead and use a logic asset so that I know exactly what the actor property switcher is someday if I need to mess with it. And let's say this is an actor property switcher that's looking at this tag, tag death.0. Edit logic. We're going to broadcast to specific tags within range. And it was, whoops. It was tag.death.0. I named it this because they're looking for tags in the quest. They're looking for death and 0. Just if I need to do more, it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when is this going to happen? It's going to happen when we get when we equip the goggles, this should turn on. So we can use the steel braids 2 tag and this message. So if this has the steel braids 2 tag, then it will be able to hear the equip.steelbraid0 message. And when it hears this, then we are going to add collision, visibility, and we're going to remove the friendly tag. So that way you'll be able to see them. They'll have collision. You'll be able to destroy them with your weapon. Oops, there is something I forgot to do though. I have to select all these. These are actually... Oh, are you kidding me? I can't add a tag to all of these at the same time? Wait. You gotta be kidding me. Whoa, subtle. Alright, let's get back down to 1 again here. So I'm going to use steel braids 2 tag, and we're going to start the walking around. We're going to start the walking around on. It's going to hear... No, not that. It's equip. So on this message, it'll hear it because it has the right tag, and it'll start walking around. Now I should be able to duplicate them. It is going to have an instant death message too, actually. Life bar display. On hit. No. Let's just leave it hidden. So this one's tricky because it's waiting for death. I think we can send a message out after this. This is going to go back to the rules. So, let's say if we want completion completion.steelbraids.0 message to send. We'll send instant death. Instant death to steel braids 2 tags. Instant death. So if we finish the quest, all the rest of them will blow up. You only have to destroy 3 of them. Great. What's this? Broadcast. I don't want to broadcast anything. Get rid of that. Duplicate. Let's just make sure this active property switcher is talking to everybody it's supposed to. Alright, perfect. Let's clean up Thesis's askers. So the first one says Asker Thesis 0. And this is Asker Thesis 0. And that's what launches it. And this one is if you go up to him again. So this one should be the button. Got it. Just give it a save quick. Tabbed in and out a few times. It's feeling pretty laggy. Just want to do some of this little bit before we sign off today and give it one more test. And we'll put some more polish on it. Maybe we can do a stream tomorrow before Bruno. I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to put an indicator on steel braids. He is the quest objective of Fine Steel Braids. I want to be able to see the distance and everything from like, let's just say 200. I don't think you can even get 200 meters away from corner to corner, but we'll just say 200. So you can see his quest objective from anywhere on the map. We have to fix Steel Braid's Asker progression. So this is going to be Steel Braid 0. Asker.steelbraids.0. Did I do the first one wrong on thesis? I think I might have. Okay. So these ones stay as button. But the first one. These ones all stay as button. But the first one for sure. Okay, and then we got the quest indicator on him. And I'm pretty sure I messed this up. Let's see if I did. Oops. This is supposed to be the 0 one. I think I did 1. Oh no, I did 0. So, quest indicator on steel braids. Asker's not progressing. I think I fixed that. More thesis askers. We'll do that tomorrow to do a little more polish. Bruno also has some notes that I need to get done. I would like to do that before stream. Alright, let's give it a save and a final test for today. Everybody that stops in and hangs out with me, I really appreciate you. We had another good game today, team. Just keep plugging away at this. And I'm excited for Builder's Challenge. The foundation of this game is completely done. As far as mining the blocks and trying to get a high score and stuff. And now I would just like to add some of the magic that makes games fun. Some of the lore and stuff that was included in the first map that we lost. That's what we're working on, slowly plugging away at and getting back in here. So hopefully everybody likes it. This guy needs Thesis needs a exclamation point. Thesis needs quest indicator. Because he is the giver of a quest, he should have an exclamation point above his head. This still didn't work. What the heck? What happened? I must have really broke it. Dang it.